Hey, what's up? This disciple Marchello Currents Rain back up in this. Yeah, I wanted to come back so that I could clarify what I meant as far as the legal term for people that's thinking they're not involved, but they're witnessing a war crime after the Illuminati has been beaten over 10 times. That would be called being an accessory. It was a whole bunch of noise outside my apartment and it threw what I was trying to say off. But it's a term that I do know, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that I didn't know it, it's just I just got threw off. But anyway, it's an accessory. And that's what the term is. You know, so if you are an accessory to any crime, you're going to jail. It's just that simple, you know. And I'm going about it the spiritual way. So you're an spiritual accessory. I'll say both spiritual accessory, a physical accessory, and a physical and spiritual war. So you know, you can't act like you're innocent when you're when you're an accessory to a crime. You can't say, "Well, I didn't do it. I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't beat anybody up." But you are an accessory. Understand? You are an accessory to the foolishness. You're sitting back, watching, and thinking by technicalities, you're not a part of it, but then you are, technically speaking. So by technicalities, you think you're not a part of it, but technically you are through being an accessory. Through being an accessory, you are part of the problem. Yeah, I'm just letting you know. You know, because there's people that would say, well, you know, I didn't have anything to do with it. I told them they should have stopped. You're still an accessory. I told them they couldn't win. Look how much destruction is going on. You're still an accessory. No matter how you try to justify it, when it comes down to the technicalities of it, it's no way out. You know what I'm saying? But I told them to pay me my money. You know what I'm saying? They think that's a game. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're in it for the fame. That's why I don't do showdowns. You know what I'm saying? I could make this famous. I could come outside and I could post up. I could do stuff to make it go, you know, to be famous and viral. I'm not that type of person, you know what I'm saying? I'm basically allowing them to come into me and attack me, and I'm counter-attacking it. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be proactive about this. You know what I'm saying? It's all bad karma for them. It's all bad karma for them. So why do I need to do anything? Their karma's piled up in the negative. All I gotta do is sit back and wait for the sun to go up, sun to go down, sun to go up, sun to go down until they get what they deserve. One of those days the sun come up, it's gonna be over. Because you already got enough bad karma out in the earth, out in the world. There is just no way. There's no way a person can overcome that. Not to mention what they're doing presently. You know what I'm saying? Not to even mention that part. You know, it's just, no. So I just wanted you guys to know, you know, there are no innocent people that are sit back watching, are sitting back knowing what's going on for whatever your reasons are. I don't care. Maybe you think I'm this, maybe you think I'm that, maybe you think somehow I'm against you. It doesn't matter. But when it comes to this alone, then that's a whole different situation of liking and disliking somebody. Now you made yourself an accessory in the eyes of God. You are an accessory in the eyes of God. Who cares about the police? I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about You being in basically a spiritual arena, a physical arena, if you will, and sitting back and watching this like it's a show, thinking you're not liable, thinking you're not in any way spiritually liable, and you're very spiritually liable. You are, the technical term for it, as far as the physical law system would be, an accessory. And because this is now war crimes, you're definitely an accessory. Now you're talking about physical war crimes, because now it's a war. If physical bodies, if it was even Crips or Bloods, and bodies start dropping, people start losing, they start dying. If even that was the case, if even it was a Crip and Blood gang going head to head with each other, when bodies start dropping, it's officially a war. You know what I'm saying? And with all they've done, and the repercussions come that now people are dying from, it's a war. So now we can bring in the war regulations. And unfortunately, if you have been sitting around watching, thinking you're good, now everything has changed. Now it's war regulations, and now they're going to be held accountable for war crimes and everybody that's there. So now you're an accessory to war crimes. I'm just letting you know, you are an accessory to war crimes. When bodies start dropping, let me say it again. When bodies start dropping, it's a war. This is not a game. You might not put value on people's lives. Obviously not. But there are those of us who do put value on people's lives. And when bodies start dropping, it's a war, but it's a war. It's a war, bruh. So then that means war regulations come into place. Your government can sit back and think I'm going to lose. I'm not going to lose. I'm just letting you know. They started with me. It was mostly Americans. That turned me. American had a joint effort against me. I had no reason to hold back who you really are as a country. I have no reason to befriend you. I have no reason to stand with you whatsoever. You can make a joint effort, but don't come to me when the joint effort doesn't work. Don't come trying to make me a villain when your joint effort, the bottom falls out your joint effort. Don't try to come telling me I'm a danger to the public when you don't win. Yeah, because before that, before you started losing, you were trying to fight me. You had a joint effort trying to fight me. Now you ain't winning. Now you want to talk about I'm a danger, I'm a villain, because you're losing. Go back before that though. You were the villain. See how that works? See how cowardly they are? You could at least die like a villain. You could at least die like a warrior. You know what I mean? You ain't a warrior. You're not a warrior. But you could at least die like one. Okay? You could at least do that. And look, you know, America, you're not innocent. You sit back, you are an accessory to this situation too. That goes for all the law enforcement. That goes for all, yeah. That's why I'm glad I did this video. So that you know, yes, sir. Not just the public, but all you law enforcement, all the FBI, CIA, government officials, all of y'all that know something, I'm sorry, you are an accessory. You are an accessory to a war crime. If bodies are dying, whether you believe it or not, you don't want to act like you want to believe it, then you can stay right there. But for us that knows what's really going on, people have died because of this. That makes it officially a war. So now, because you're just sitting around watching a war crime go on, You are an accessory to that. That's why I had to do this video. Just so the authorities, the FBI, well, we're not involved. We're just going to let it play out. No, brother. I'm sorry. You are an accessory. And I will take my case to the highest court, which is the kingdom of heaven. That's the highest courts, buddy. And God will make sure it's all done. If you look at it, some people would say concerning it, it's already being done. Because you have no substantial way out of this present situation. I'm just letting you know. You know, so for all you people, all you officials that's sitting back, you can hate me all you want. But I try to teach people that are slow. I try to teach them this, okay? You are mad at yourself, okay? You're mad at yourself. You ain't mad at me because you're the result. You're the reason why the results are the way they are. So it's really misplaced hate, misplaced anger, and really you're mad at yourself because you're mad at the results that was caused by you. You're mad at results that you brought about. So who are you mad at? If you caused the results and you're mad at the results, then you should be mad at you. Yeah. It's misplaced anger. Some people are so slow, and I'm not in no disrespect to people that are mentally challenged, but there are people that this type of people is a people that think they're smart, but they're really slow. So you can say it because they're arrogant and they think that they're somewhere that they're not. They think their mind is somewhere that it's not. So I think it's okay to point out that they're not really where they think they are. Okay? Because at the end of the day, look at the results. Look at your country. Look at me. Look at the war and look at your country. That's all I got to say. You can get mad at me all you want. But you're really mad that you didn't win. You're really mad that I'm still alive. You're really mad that you can't figure out what's going to happen from here. You ain't mad at me. You have yourself to blame, like people say. You know, you can be a child about it or you can be a man about it. You can be a woman, a man about it. You know what I'm saying? If you cause certain things, you know that you were doing the most, right? You know you were doing the most. Okay, so when that don't go your way, when the most don't go your way, then guess what? Hey, you got no one else to blame but yourself. That's called being an adult in the real world. Yes, it goes with war too. You can't be a child in war. You can't be a child, a kiddo in war. Waving your little plastic sword around. You have to realize, okay, you've cost a lot of lives. Maybe it's time to retreat. Okay? If the American community can sit back and watch you do what you do, they can sit back and watch God do what he does. That's how that works. It ain't no one-sided situation. You can try that. You can try that. But I guarantee you, I will be getting the victory. You know, I will be getting to do what I need to do for my better being, my better situation, my better well-being. I'll be getting that done. Okay? You know, whether you agree with it or you don't. Because you sit back and watch half of the situation. But now the halftime comes, and now we in the third quarter. And now you want to say, hey, wait, you want to blow whistles? Nah, you don't blow no whistles on me. Don't blow no whistles on me, buddy. You weren't blowing no whistles on them. They were doing whatever they wanted to do, and I'm literally physically here in this room. As long as I'm physically here in this room, just like, and that's the technicality, then you have to let it be what it is. Just like you allowed the technicality of them physically not hurting me. You allowed that technicality, that they physically was not hurting me. So you have to allow the technicality of me physically not hurting them. That's how this works. Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, and if anybody gets in the way of that and gets in the way of my progress, they will be stopped too. Yeah, you don't get to sit back like some little punk, even though we know you're a punk. But you don't get to sit back acting like a punk when you see that you're being defeated. Yeah, he's beating us. He's a danger to our community. You was a danger to me. How about that? You was a danger to me. For how many years? You told him that? 2-3 years you was a danger to me. Yeah, all of a sudden the pot is cooking. You don't like what's in the pot. We gonna force feed you. Hot scalding soup, buddy. We gonna force feed you everything in it. And look, I'm like a spiritual bomb, just so you people know, because I know how you Americans think. I know how you think. If anybody tries to harm me, I am a spiritual bomb that will explode over your whole community. I'm way beyond that. Come on, I know how you Americans think. Well, why don't we just kill them? You can't. If anybody touches or harms me, I guarantee you, you will have no pleasure. It won't happen. But in the impossible scenario that it did, I guarantee you would have no pleasure, because you would be so destroyed you wouldn't even be able to focus on me or what happened. You wouldn't be able to focus on that. You would be so destroyed you would only be able to think about what's in front of you. If you lived that long to think about something. So you're in a true jam, buddy. You owe me $505 million. That's how much the price tag is. You owe me $505 million. And I suggest you get real serious about where you're going to get the monies from. Where you going to get that monetary power from, you better get real serious. Hey, they thought I was crazy before COVID came. What's new? They thought I was crazy when I told them, if somebody followed me to California, I told them if they followed me to California, a plague was going to happen. I told them this. This was in 2019. They followed me, a plague came in the form of COVID. I told you. It doesn't surprise me. This does not surprise me at all. I told y'all not to play with me. If I was a villain, I would have just sat there and just snickered. They have no idea what's coming. I'm covering my bases, so you can't be like, hey, he wasn't a gentleman in war. He was a savage. This person just was a tyrant. You can't say that about me. I sit here and told you what to do. I told you the price tag. And when other countries and other people find out, oh, he did give them a price. I mean, that's not a lot of money to get your country out of this jam. You just don't take me seriously. You think I'm tripping. But just like I said, they thought I was tripping before COVID came. If I told you that a plague was going to come, you would have laughed me to a scorn. I said, if they followed me to California, a plague going to come. I bet you some of them did laugh. But look at it now. Looks like a plague to me. So who's really the problem? A person that's making it clear he wants nothing to do with this country. He wants nothing to do with this community, or a community that's joined together playing a game from coast to coast. Which one needs to be eliminated? Let's go outside of America. Let's let the Africans decide. Let the Australians decide. Let the Europeans decide. This man is making it clear he stands on his own. He's done nothing. They have not brought him to any courts. They're trying to take the laws in their own hands. Whoever they are Americans. They have brought plagues on their own country. Who is the problem? The man that's minding his business. No matter how much they say danger this, danger that. Let's get out of the Nickelodeon world. Let's get out of Disney, off the Disney Channel for a minute. And let's go to the History Channel. Let's go to the History Channel. Okay? This person been minding his business. They've been plaguing and gang stalking him for 3 years. He still hasn't physically shot anybody or harmed anybody. A plague comes, and then they blame him even more. Nah, that's unacceptable. We can go to the National Geographic Channel. Are they jealous of him because he's a beast? He's a lion? Do they want to usurp over his power as just because he just is a mighty man? That's racist. That's almost like the white man. I'm just keeping it 100. The racist white people seeing an endowed man, an obviously endowed man, and thinking, hey, let's do something about that. I mean, many will say that that's what the white Americans, racist white Americans did. They seen a lot of endowed Africans, and they had to harm them or do something to them in order to feel competent about themselves. And whether that man gets along with the rest of the Africans, because in America, we know they're killing each other. You can't look and say, well, how is his relationship with Africans? You cannot look at that when they are killing each other. If they're killing each other, what else will they do? They'll conspire, they'll lie, they'll cheat, they'll backstab. Okay? That's what times we living in. You can't look to anybody in America for a sense of complete truth unless they're Christians. And Christians are so late in this battle, you're going with what the enemy is saying. You ain't talking to me. So you got to go with what the enemy is saying, because he's all out there in the field lying in your ear. You got to go with what he's saying. But you got to try to discern through that, which is very hard, through a complete lie, what really is going on. You got to be prophetic. I mean, I'm serious. I'm laughing, but I'm serious. You got to be prophetic, basically, to see through this for what it is. You know what I'm saying? So for all you enemies that would try to go to Christians, they can't help you. That's for all you people in the system of America. You trying to go to all these popular pastors and all these people. I know how you move. You're trying to go to all of them, but you coming to them with a mouthful of lies. You coming to them with a mouthful of lies and deception. So even if you were trying to get sound advice, how will you get it? How could you get sound advice coming with a mouthful of lies? Tell me, how can that happen? Ain't that much magic in the world, my friend. You sitting up lying on my name, you sitting up lying on what I did and did not do, and there's no way you can get sound advice from anyone. How you gonna go to another country asking them advice about what you should do, and you coming with a mouthful of lies and deception? Yeah, you haven't heard. You couldn't possibly know what's going on because you haven't come to me. There's two sides to every story. You have not come to me on any of the situations at all. That's how cowardly you are. But you're going to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And for people to know, so let me say, so you can't get the full portion of what really happened. You can't. You hope to. You know what I'm saying? You hope to. But you can't. The bottom line is no matter if you think I'm crazy, you think I'm unsound, you think I'm losing my mind, you can think whatever you want to think. But the reality is these things has happened to me. And you know it and I know it. So right there, this person is to be taken seriously. I'm to be taken seriously. The more, the main thing I know that will convince everybody that it's real, that I'm the one being pursued and I'm not the one playing games with anybody, is that they left a note for me saying they will hunt me forever. They left a note in October 2019 saying, left it given to me that they would release, that I would have it, saying they will hunt me forever. Who seems to be the problem? It seems that this person is defending themselves, and they are the people that are bent on winning when they're losing. That's what I'm saying. So God's going to start holding people responsible. It's going to start going up higher and higher. We're way beyond community. So, we're way beyond that. We're starting to get into, the legal parts of it. Now we got to start bringing judgment on people that's watching, that's in the legal parts of this situation. They have the power to legally shut things down because we've clearly won. I mean, I'm not copping out. This is a war. Now that I've won, now we got to decide what to do so we don't have complete chaos. That's what I'm talking about. Because we're getting to the point where now, this person won. Okay, now the legal part need to step in and say, okay, he won. All right, we're losing too many people. Okay, take your loss, go lick your wounds.